Just Russia party has introduced a bill for sending lawmakers to fight the Ukraine war. The bill introduced in Russia's State Duma seeks to abolish the draft deferral granted to Federation Council members and Duma deputies. The bill also proposes conscripting employees of Russia's federal security agencies on a priority basis. Employees of Russian agencies like Rosgvardia, the Federal Security Service, the Military Prosecutor's Office and the Investigative Committee are likely to be subjected to conscription. In addition, the bill proposes granting deferrals to people caring for close relatives on a permanent basis. The bill was introduced days after Putin ally, Yevgeny Prigozhin, slammed Russian lawmakers over the losses in Ukraine. The Wagner group founder challenged lawmakers to fund their own private armies or head to the front lines themselves. Prigozhin said, and I quote, "Those people who have been shouting slogans from the rostrum have to start doing something. I'm calling on the talking heads to get together and lead units like Wagner, while those who lack managerial skills can pick up automatic rifles or at least saber shovels. This will be a true service to the motherland," unquote. Experts see the bill from the pro-Kremlin party Adjust Russia as a pressure tactic against lawmakers critical of the war in Ukraine. Following the Kerch Bridge attack in Crimea, the party's leader, Sergei Mironov, said Russia must fight fiercely, even cruelly. There have also been reports of a rift between Putin and Russia's intelligence agencies, particularly the FSB. On September 21, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered Russia's first mobilization since the Second World War. The announcement came after the Russian military suffered major battlefield reversals in Ukraine. Last week, during a press conference in Astana, Putin announced that his mobilization drive will end in 2 weeks.
Должен сказать, что эта работа уже заканчивается. Сейчас в войсках-формирователях 222 тысячи человек мобилизованы из 300 тысяч. Думаю, что в течение, примерно в течение 2 недель все мобилизационные мероприятия будут завершены.
Moscow Mayor, Sergei Sobyanin, has said that the Russian capital has already completed the tasks related to partial mobilization. However, there are doubts whether the Russian mobilization drive will make an impact on the battlefield. Experts say Russia is unable to recruit combat-ready conscripts for the war in Ukraine. Putin even acknowledged discrepancies related to the partial mobilization efforts, and called for fixing mistakes immediately. In September, Russia had sacked a local draft officer in Khabarovsk after many citizens were sent back home for not meeting the criteria. Kremlin supporter Mironov was also forced to admit the war effort's shortcomings amid reports of grim conditions of draftees. Mironov said, and I quote, "Our citizens are crying out for help and don't understand why there is such irresponsibility and negligence around. It's a disgrace when everyone has to pass the hat around for mobilized people. Why can't the greatest country in the world supply them with what they need? I'm not even talking about flak jackets and helmets, but we should be able to get them decent winter duffel coats," unquote. The botched mobilization effort has already left the Kremlin looking for scapegoats to deflect the blame away from Putin and his war. Besides a shot at opponents, the bill would allow the Kremlin to commit law enforcement personnel to the front lines in Ukraine.